Yeah, so I was trading so well on the evaluation account with TopStep, and then as soon as I got my Express account, it only took 8 days, as you can tell by the dates, for me to blow it. So let me walk you guys through how I did that. Yeah, so during the evaluation account, I was using 2 contracts as my size for the entire time. And then towards the end of the account, I scaled up to 3 contracts. And then when I started trading the Express account, I stayed at 3 contracts, which was my first mistake. And then on top of that, I was taking lower quality setups because I was just too eager for a payout. And I was having trades that were going in the green and I wasn't moving my stops to break even. Uh, I wasn't scaling out of trades that when I should have been, so not protecting profits. And then on top of that, whenever I started taking some L's, I was definitely trying to make it back with forced trades. So it's pretty much a summary. So I started with 3 ES contracts off the jump of the Express account, which was my first mistake. So if you guys watched my video on how I passed the evaluation on my first try, I explained how with 2 contracts, you have 11 losses straight before you blow the challenge, which you're allowed $4,500 in drawdown. With 3 ES contracts, that gets cut to 7 straight losses, which is still a good amount, but I definitely should have used 2, maybe even 1, just to eliminate any sort of emotional attachment to the payouts and all that stuff. Yeah, basically, with the larger risk, I had less chances to be wrong. And when you combine that with lower quality setups and being overly excited to take positions because you know you can get paid from it, it's a recipe for disaster, and that's exactly what the prop firms don't want you to do. But anyway, so yeah, taking lower quality setups, I was forcing trades. I just wanted to, get my account positive so I could possibly get a payout. It was my first time having a funded account, all that. So yeah, I was kind of more like the whole evaluation. I did so well with just trading higher quality setups and sticking to being as professional as possible. And as soon as I got the Express account, it kind of all went out the window. Like I was just more willing to gamble on lower quality setups. And then on top of that, on my trades that I was taking, I wasn't scaling out of them. So this whole time I'm trading 3 contracts, which was the first mistake. But on top of that, I'm not scaling out. I had positions in my favor. I'm having, trades that should have had a stop at break even. I was letting them go. And yeah, just not protecting the capital when I should have been. Instead, I was trying to, grow it. And I was being a little too aggressive and definitely not professional enough. The next thing I would say I was over trading. So I definitely had a kind of like a losing streak, I would say. And the losing streak definitely caused me to want to win more. And when you want to win more, you got to be aware of that feeling where you want to make back what you lost, because that's just an emotion right there, and it's gonna skew your decision making for the worse most of the time. So yep, I was definitely over trading. I was emotionally attached to my balance going down, and I just wanted to make up for it. Still kind of more open to taking a gamble instead of waiting for high quality setups, stepping away. And yeah, like my normal daily max loss is 3 trades. If I lose 3 times in a row, I'm walking away. So I remember there was at least one day on that Express account where, yeah, what I was saying though, there was definitely one day on that Express account where I kind of just stopped caring completely and just was putting things on just so in hopes that I would basically make it back. I'm hoping you guys can learn from this, and I'm sure that this is something that's happens to people all the time when they get their first Express account or first live account or whatever it may be. I hope you guys can learn from the mistakes I've made. But how I would do it next time is I would definitely lower my size from 3 to probably, I would probably recommend starting with 1 for myself too, and build that out with 1 and then get comfortable with trading on the actual funded account. and make sure that I'm not taking any trades where it's just like I'm excited to get money in the account, and I would focus on only taking high quality setups. Like I said, my Express account, it was like I was more open to gambling, which is crazy because I spent a whole month during the evaluation just locked in, taking only high quality setups and just being as strict with myself as possible. And then I just gave it all away in the first 8 days of having my Express account. So, I mean, it's just like looking back, I'm like, I can't believe I even allowed myself to do that after the entire month of just pure focus and showing up every day with intention. It's just like I blew it all for that. I gave up the whole month of December when I spent so much time and focus and just trading to the best of my ability. I traded that whole month for 8 days of blowing an account for a little payout. So the third thing I would do is make sure I was protecting my profits first and foremost by taking a contract off if profit target hit and not being too greedy with profit targets. And then on top of that, I would make sure I put my stops at break even definitely more often than I did. I definitely probably did like once when I had the Express account. But yeah, this is definitely common among traders. It has to be when they get their first chance at like a live account or a funded account, and they just kind of like lose sight of how they're supposed to be trading, and they just think about the money even subconsciously. Like I think for me it was like automatically in me to just like want the money. After a month of trading, you're getting nothing during the valuation, and then all of a sudden you're able to get paid, and it affects you at a deeper level that you might not even be prepared for. So that brings me to my last point, where you want to be hyper aware of your subconscious tendencies. And I touched on that in my video about how I passed the evaluation my first try. But like I've been explaining this whole time already, like that eagerness to get your first payout and that eagerness to get some money after you've been trading pretty much a demo account for a whole however long you've been trading it for. It's easy to say it didn't affect or it doesn't affect you and stuff, but like personally, I think it definitely affected me on a subconscious level, even though it was like I felt like in the moment that I might not have been forcing setup some days or kind of like tricking myself into a trade. But I probably wasn't doing that every single day. But looking back on it, I definitely was doing it some days. And it was all definitely because of that. You just think about that money and getting your first payout. So let me know in the comments if you have blown any funded accounts or anything like that. But yeah, I hope some of you guys found that valuable, and I hope you learn from my mistakes. I think the main thing is definitely once you pass an evaluation, like you've kind of proven that you can trade the right way. It's just like whenever you get that money, that live money, it's like you have to really make sure that your mindset isn't affected by that fact that you could be paid out if you are still trading well. And you got to make sure you don't let that affect your decision making and whatnot. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from what I just said to you, and good luck to anyone out there doing an evaluation or on their first funded account. Good luck to you.